Hi. Medfit Rehab founder Joanne James is a medical exercise specialist. Medfit Rehab, restoring strength and movement, making a difference in people's lives. 647-259-5481. MedfitRehab.com. If you're suffering from a host of medical problems, diabetes, osteoporosis, neurological, cardiovascular disorders, or cancer, Joanne James, medical exercise specialist for over 25 years, can develop an exercise program that will make your post-rehab effective and inspiring. Medfit Rehab will provide a hands-on, professionally supervised conditioning program. Medfit Rehab, 647-259-5481, MedfitRehab.com. Okay, Joanne James is joining us this morning. How are you? Nice to have you back.
Thank you. I'm hoping you're well.
I am. Thank you very much for asking. Okay, the connection between long work hours and stroke. Do you think if you're a workaholic that you're more eligible to get a stroke?
Absolutely.
Really?
And I'm really bad, too, because this really opened my eyes as a person who works in wellness. But I love what I do, so I work a lot of hours because there's a lot to do when you run a business, right? But, boy, It was an eye-opener when I did this. It showed, a recent study just gave new meaning to the phrase, working yourself into an early grave. And my eyes just opened up really wide on that. They did a study on 600,000 people, and the study suggested that the longer the hours a person works, they can increase their risks of stroke by 33%. And the risk of cardiac heart disease by at least 13%. It was a stroke that was really high. And what I'm talking about long hours, I'm talking about 55 hours plus a week working overtime, whereas most people, well, I can't say that. A lot of people do work a lot of hours, but 35 to 40 hours a week is your standard work hour. They're saying that after 55 hours plus a week, you're increasing your risk for cardiac heart disease, as well as the big thing, stroke.
So what's the answer to that? What do you do to avoid having a stroke? Is exercise one of the answers?
Exercise is one of the answers, but what they're also finding is that when people work long hours, really, Zelda, do they eat really well? Not really. They eat on the run. They eat at their desk. They skip eating. They don't have breakfast, but they have big meals. They eat late in the evening. So their nutrition is normally off. They sit for long hours of time. And we've already talked about the sitting disease. When you sit past, 15 to 20 minutes at a time, you're actually increasing your risk for cardiac heart disease as well as stroke. So sitting way too long is not helpful. And then, of course, lack of exercise. What's the biggest excuse for no exercise? I don't have time. And everybody seems to have time to get well when they're sick and the doctor says that you're going to have a heart attack, and so all of a sudden they can find the time to exercise, or they do have the heart attack, they do have the health problems, and then they have to find the time in order to take care of themselves. So people are saying they don't have time, but they really got to make that time to take care of themselves.
Well, working long hours, I mean, you can be I have flexible hours, but I can work at 12 o'clock at night, and I still have time during the day to work out or do other things that I need to do. And it's also your attitude.
Exactly.
How, right? Your tension, how stressed you are, and
exactly.
how, right? So,
well, it's actually really connected to that whole stress level. In Japan, over 400 workers die a year, and it's attributed to overwork, more or less stress, and the fatigue that comes along with overwork, and then combined with smoking and all of these different things. The big
Drinking,
three was all of these things add up to major stress. But you're right. Sometimes it's how you organize your time during the day. One of the things that's important to do is if you can do little exercises throughout the day, I'm not talking about even spending 10 minutes, but if you're sitting at your desk for a long hour, stand up, do some quick stretches, and sit back down.
Right.
Go up and down those stairs.
We're totally out of time, but I think Medfit Rehab could be of great help to all of you. Thank you, Joanne. We'll talk to you again next week. We'll be here on Monday. Take care.
Fantastic. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Joanne James, founder and medical exercise specialist of Medfit Rehab, will improve your overall health through medical exercise. Contact Joanne James, 647-259-5481, medfitrehab.com.